morning, everyone. Good morning, ma'am, sir. Before I start, I would like to introduce myself first. I am General Nelson Masa, STEM 11. My speech is about engaging of the human into the military. What is the purpose of military? The purpose of military is to protect freedom and security of every individual, while the purpose of human right is to protect humanity. The military can support human security in a number of ways, including first is providing security. The military can provide security in an area which allows to second is providing humanitarian aid. The military can provide aid in a disaster, accidents, or other situation. Three is training. The military can provide training in a human rights into agriculture. And then lastly, helping with counterterrorism. The military can help the government with counterterrorism operation. Human rights are important because they ensure that every person can live a life of dignity. However, human rights in the military may be subject to restriction. The military has also other purposes such as defending the country, maintaining public orders, providing security assistance, and influence foreign militaries. The engagement of the military is a vital component of the national security and defense. And that's all, and thank you.
Have you ever wondered if you are living in the happiest generation? Greetings, dear judges. Some might say that happiness was more abundant in the past. But I believe that we are living in one of the happiest times in the history. And here's why. First, think about how far we've come in medicine and technology. Diseases that were once deadly are now preventable. We live longer, healthier lives, and we have technology that connects us from our loved ones, teaches us new skills, and entertains us. Will the past generations say the same? Second, our world is becoming more inclusive. Today, people can speak up about mental health, fight for equality, and embracing themselves. While there's still work to do, this progress gives many people the freedom to live happier and more authentic lives. And finally, knowledge is everywhere. With just a phone, you can learn anything, from baking a cake to starting a business. Past generations didn't have this kind of opportunity to grow and improve themselves. Yes, we face challenges like climate change and mental health struggles. But every generation has its battles. What makes us different is that we have the tools and the freedom to create solutions. And that's the reason to be hopeful. Happiness isn't about perfection, it's about perspective. If we focus on the progress we've made and the opportunities we have, we can see that we're living in a remarkable time. Let's make the most of it, not just for ourselves, but also for generations to come. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, especially to our panelists, Ma'am Karen Rosalie and Sir Romel Rivera, and most especially Mr. Herman. Today, I want to discuss about anxiety that affects millions of people, especially
countries facing, the poverty. We all know that the poverty is the one of the biggest problems faced globally, particularly in our country, but not only in the Philippines. Poverty is the reason behind some crimes, such as kidnapping and robbery, which is frequently occur in our country. And it is also cause of teenage pregnancy, where young women are forced to be a prostitute for just to earn money and buy their everyday needs. Corruption is the main cause of poverty. Mismanagement of public funds worsen our economic needs, forcing minors to work for just their daily sustenance. Poverty leads malnutrition due to inadequate access to nutritious foods such as fruits, vegetables, milk, and essential vitamins, particularly in our country. In conclusion, together we can overcome poverty's challenges. Empathy, education, and collective action will pave the way to a better, more equitable future. Therefore, our primary goal should be to excel academically in paving the way for personal success and opportunities to assist others. Thank you.
Good day everyone. I'm going to talk about one of the poverty most pressing issues in the world today. Every day, millions of people are struggling to survive. Lack of basic needs such as food, shelter, and education. It is heartbreaking to think that someone living in abundance more are left with almost nothing. The root causes of poverty are complex. Lack of access to education, unequal distribution of wealth, and limited job opportunities are just some of the factors that can drop in poverty. Without education and decent job, it's become nearly impossible to break free from the cycle. But poverty is not just a problem of the poor. It's a challenge for all of us. We can contribute by supporting policies that support equal opportunities, education, and social service for those in need. Even small kinds of kindness and generosity can make a difference. Together, we can fight poverty and create a world where everyone has a chance to live with dignity and hope. The fight against poverty requires unity, compassion, and action. Thank you.
Everyone, today I want to talk about the importance of kindness. Kindness is one of the most important things we can share with each other. It's as simple as
A pleasant morning to all of you. I am Dan Andrei Magsino. Today, I want to talk about academic pressure. A challenge that we are all facing as students. While striving for excellence is important, we must remember that true success comes from balancing our academic goals with our mental well-being. It's vital to recognize self-care, whether through hobbies, spending time with loved ones, or simply taking a break to maintain our focus on energy. Communication is essential in managing academic pressures. We must feel empowered to share and struggle with teachers and peers. Wait lang.
As a youth with a dream of becoming a lawyer someday, one thing that bothers me is the prevalence of injustice in the world. Hearing about cases where the truth is overshadowed by power fuels a sense of frustration and determination within me. How can a system designed to ensure fairness fail to see the realities of those it is meant to protect? In a society that prides itself on the justice for all. The inequality between the rich and the poor reveals a deep, troubling contradiction. While the law is meant to be impartial, in practice, it often serves the interests of those with wealth and power. This disparity creates a dual reality, in which justice is not distributed equally, and one's financial status becomes a determining factor on whether they receive fair treatment or are subjected to systemic exploitation. As echoed by a Filipino artist, Bambi. Hanggat marami ang lugmok sa kahirapan at ang hustisya ay para lang sa mayaman. This reflects the harsh truth that in many societies, justice often favors the wealthy. The wealthy can afford high-priced lawyers, expert legal advice, and the resources necessary to navigate lengthy and complex court processes. They have the power to influence the legal system in their favor, safeguarding their rights and prioritizing their interests. On the other hand, the poor, who lack the financial means to access such resources, often find themselves at the mercy of a system that is indifferent to their needs. They are left without proper legal representation, unable to fully participate in the judicial process, and at times, they are denied a fair hearing altogether. Now, more than ever, it's time for us to step outside our comfort zones and become our own spokespersons for equality. We cannot afford to remain passive observers while this injustice continues to thrive. May this speech, titled Shattered Scales, Justice in Ruins, serve as our weapon against inequality. Thank you. Good morning, teacher. My name is Jack Gabriel. My speech is about nature. The environmental factor really is the problem. The environmental factor really is the common aspect for food, or nature, or portion of nature. Nature is a practical situation. Practical situation is important.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm here to talk about a critical issue that affects all of us, the climate change. You've probably heard about the rise of sea level, extreme weather, and global warming. But what's really driving these changes? Today, I'll walk you through the causes and effects of climate change. What's causing climate change? Let's start with something called the greenhouse gases, primarily carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. These gases which are sit in the atmosphere, a natural process called greenhouse effect, which can keep our planet warm enough to sustain life. How does this lead to climate change? Because this extra drop in the atmosphere, temperatures around the world are rising. Even a slight rise in temperature can have a huge impact, for example, melting of glaciers, which can cause the rise of sea level. Additionally, higher temperature increases the frequency and intensity of heat waves in storm. This is why the scientists called it climate change instead of global warming. It's not just about warming, it's also about the changes in all aspects of our climate. Is there really a scientific agreement? Absolutely. Thousands of scientists worldwide contributed to research about climate change. Scientists all over the world have been studying these changes for decades, collecting data from temperature record ice core samples. Almost major scientific organizations like NASA has found overwhelming evidence that climate change is real, and that human activities is the primary cause. In short, the science behind climate change clearly reveals a
Clearly reveals a cause and effect relationship, especially human activities. Burning fossil fuel and cutting down forests are adding extra greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. This warming is changing our climate in all ways that we can already see and feel. It's up to us now. It's up to us to act now. Understanding the causes helps us make informed decisions and hopefully motivates us to take steps and protect our planet for future generations. Let's take this knowledge and do what we can do to protect our planet. Thank you.
Good day, God. The war on drugs in the Philippines has involved issues in the recent history. It is charged as a crime to eradicate illegal drugs. It has brought both widespread attention and controversy. Today, I will focus on the specific campaign and its drug war impact on families in urban areas. In many urban poor neighborhoods, where the struggle for the daily survival is already over. The drug war has added a layer of fear and uncertainty. Families have long been caught in the crossroads, dwelling to the loss of their loved ones, or the stigma associated with living in this difficult struggle. These consequences are parents lose their children, and children the entire families are left to grapple with trauma, grief, and economic fallout of losing a breastfeed. However, it is not just a serious isolated event, but a systemic issue that perpetuates poverty and social discrimination. Despite these challenges, it is important to recognize that many of these individuals were not target victims, but the victim of circumstances, condom-driven conflict, abused by poverty, lack of education, and mental illness. However, the current approach often overlooks these root causes, instead of focusing on punitive measures rather than rehabilitation and prevention. So how do we move forward? The solution lies in addressing the root of the problem. We need more inclusive programs that focuses on rehabilitation and provides support system for the families that is affected by the drugs. We must also invest in education. We must also invest in education, employment, and mental health services. These are the tools that can truly break the cycle of drug dependency and poverty. Further, the accountability and transparency in implementing the anti-drug law is already crucial. We need to ensure that the justice is served to the victims and that families have their supporting to rebuild their lives. Let us not forget that the war on drugs is not just a fight against illegal substances. It is a fight for the dignity and the future of every Filipino family. Let us strive to create a society where no one is left, where families are, and where justice and compassion prevent fear of violence.
A blessed day to everyone here. May the words I share today awaken your minds and open your hearts to a harsh reality we often overlook. Have you ever wondered about untold stories behind the products we use every day? Like shampoo, medicine, even your makeup? What if I told you that behind the shining packaging lies a dark place, suffering in silent cries from creatures who never chose to speak? Today, I invite you to step onto a path that many have ignored, Together, let us question if this is truly the only way or if a better and more compassionate path awaits us. Every day, we use products that promise us safety and effectiveness, but behind their development lies the dark truth. Animal testing. Is this practice still necessary in today's world? Are you aware that products such as pharmaceutical, cosmetics, chemicals, and pesticides undergo this testing? Animals like rabbits, dogs, and mice endure immense suffering for our convenience. But do they deserve this? If you have watched the short film on YouTube entitled Save Ralph, you may see the visual representation and interpretation of how these animals are enduring the pain they are being put to. Ralph explained how his family were all testers, including how they all died during their job. He stated, they were all testers, and they all died during their job, just like I will. On the other part, some rabbits told Ralph to ask for us to help them. The other rat stated, I don't want to die, man. The saddest part of the whole film is that he pretended that he was okay because he understood that it was for our safety. The whole film was unbearable to watch because it truly shattered my heart. They don't deserve the pain. They deserve to be free, to wander around, or be kept as a pet and be taken care of. The pain these animals endure in real life is far worse than depicted in the film. Because unlike Ralph, they don't understand why they're being subjected to such suffering. They only know that it hurts deeply. As stated in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 to verse 28, and in Genesis chapter 2, verse 15, the Bible entrusts us with the responsibility to care for all living creatures. Yet, subjecting animals to unnecessary suffering contradicts this principle. We have a responsibility to care for the earth and its creatures because we also came from it. Animals are supposed to be treated as miracles for a bunch of harmful experiments. Their cries, the movements they make when they are trying to escape. Don't you feel any pity or sympathy? Or are you as heartless as they are? Can your conscience and morality take it? On the contrary, animal testing also plays a vital role in a lot of fields. In medical advancement, for example, there have been many life-saving treatments that were developed using animal testing. This practice also protects humans from risks. Lastly, animals are biologically similar to humans, making them good models for testing. But while animal testing has contributed to advancements, it is crucial to recognize that it is not without its flaws. While animal testing has contributed to medical advancements, over 90% of the drugs that pass animal tests fail on human trials. This shows that animal models are not as reliable as we think. With that being said, even if animals share some similarities with humans, key differences in physiology often render results unreliable. Furthermore, with today's advancement of technology, it offers more reliable and humane alternatives that align with ethical principles and scientific accuracy. A few examples of these alternatives are vitro testing, microdosing on humans, silico modeling, and organs on chips. As consumers, we can support cruelty-free brands, advocate for humane research, and demand change from policymakers. Together, we can create a future where science advances without suffering. By choosing cruelty-free products, we advocate for a more compassionate and innovative future. As we move forward, let us choose progress over cruelty, science over suffering. We can create a world where both human health and animal welfare are valued equally. With today's technology, almost everything is off reach. By supporting companies that avoid animal testings, we're all part of the solution. Because after all, how would we feel if we were to be put in their shoes?
Good morning, my fellow teachers and classmates. Today, I will demonstrate my speech to all of you. But before we start, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Steven Samusi Magas, and from STEM. As a student, we face a crucial phase in life, one that challenges from the start of being a young adult. It is a life shaped by the globalized impact of one of the most pressing issues of our time, the poverty. Poverty in a globalized world is not just about the lack of money. It is a but complex interplay of economic, social, and environmental factors. Poverty in the global is more just a lack of money. It is a proper lack of access to essential resources and opportunities. This includes inadequate nutrition, healthcare, education, safe housing, and stable employment. The consequences are far-reaching, affecting physical and mental health, educational attainment, and overall well-being, hindering individual potential and societal progress. Children are particularly vulnerable, facing long-term consequences from malnutrition and lack of education and exposure to stable environments. Several interrelated factors contribute to this complex issue. Economic inequalities plays a significant role with wealth and resources, disproportionately concentrated among a small segment of the population. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. Today, I stand before you to talk about a topic that is crucial to the world we live in: the rights of every man and woman. Human rights are the basic freedoms and protections that every individual is entitled to, regardless of their gender, race, nationality, or religion. These rights are not considered as privilege given by the government, but basic rights that belongs to us simply because we are human beings. One of the most important rights is equality. Everyone, regardless of gender, should be treated with respect and fairness. Unfortunately, women still face discrimination in the areas like the workplace, education, and politics.
Mas nakabit na. Siguro yung pa ito. Parang
Black must not be black. Imagine having the happiest time of your life. In this scheme, Satin Curry blaming himself for being black. Good day, everyone. Racism is a word we hear often, yet its impact remains deeply rooted in our society. It's not just a concept or an issue in the news. It is an everyday reality for many people. It divides us, creates unfairness, or even hinders us from truly understanding each other. But what if I told you that ending racism starts with us, right here, right now? I remembered my classmate. He was one of the first to deliver a speech in class, and I heard from him that racism should stop.
At first glance, his message is great, but they don't know that he does such a thing. Is it for real or for clout? One time he said to someone, "You're my end," and I laughed, thinking it was a joke. I said, "Nakakatawa yun." And he replied, "I think so, but when I reflected from it, I realized how wrong it was. That simple praise may not have been intended to hurt, but it frustrated a culture of insensitivity." This experience taught me that racism isn't just about an extreme act of violence or open discrimination. It can be subtle, hidden in jokes, stereotypes, or offhand comments. Sometimes, we do not even realize that we are part of the problem because it's so ingrained in how we speak or act. But here's the good news. Awareness is the first step toward change. We're recognizing our biases. We can actively choose to unlearn them. We can be more mindful of the words we use and actions we take. A simple apology, a change in language, or standing up when someone is being mistreated can make a difference. Racism thrives in ignorance and indifference. When we educate ourselves about other culture and respect each other, we dismantle the barriers that divides us. So, I challenge each of us, be honest to yourself. Have you ever said or done something that could perpetuate racism, even unintentionally? If yes, learn from it. If no, continue to educate yourself and others. Let's create a culture where kindness and understanding are stronger than prejudice and hate. Racism can end, but only if we choose to end it together. Thank you.
Good morning, Madam Sir. I am Roxy Salim Benex, grade 11. Before I start, I'd like to ask you, Madam Sir, have you ever asked yourself, what other qualities of yourself you haven't discovered yet? For long years, do you really know yourself? If yes, I'd like to congratulate Madam Sir because some people can accept who really they are. But today, I'm going to talk about being yourself. Being yourself means showing clarity. It is about being true to your feelings, thoughts, and actions. You can copy others or pretend to be someone you are not. Being yourself allows you to express your own feelings and express your own ideas and beliefs, and it also allows you to build a stronger and more honest relationship with others. Most importantly, it brings happiness because you are living in a way that feels natural and right for you. Being yourself also encourages personal growth, and when you embrace your true identity, you can create you can try new things to discover your passions. This journey helps you learn more about what you value and want in life. By being authentic, you can inspire others to do the same. In this way, you can create a positive environment where everyone can share. So don't be afraid to show who you really are and accept what you are. And because it is a God's gift for you. Good day, everyone. I'm Angel Harding Madera, a grade 11 Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics student, standing in front of you all, addressing teenage pregnancy. Are you familiar with teenage pregnancy? When we say teenage pregnancy, it's all about the sensitive and crucial to the future of our community. Teenage pregnancy isn't just an issue faced by young individuals. It is something that affects the society. When young people became parents at an early age, It will lead to a range of challenges for them in the communities they live in. Let's begin by understanding why teenage pregnancy is such an important issue. Becoming a parent as a teenager can significantly impact a young person's life. When teenagers feel supported and understood, they are more likely to seek help and advice when they need it. In closing, addressing teenage pregnancy is not about restriction. It's about empowerment. It's about giving teenagers the knowledge to make informed decisions, to shape the resources to shape their own future, and the support to know that they are not alone in their journey. So, let's work together to create a better tomorrow where everyone has an equal opportunity to build the future they deserve. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Mikel Bernam Argali. Today, we're going to talk about an issue that affects billions of people around the world, but is often met with silence, and that is mental health. Mental health is just not about absence of illness. It's about emotional, psychological, and social being. It influences how we think, feel, and behave. And this also affects how we interact, our ability to handle stress, and even how we make decisions. More people feel ashamed to admit when they're struggling because of the fear of judgment or rejection. But mental health is just important as a physical health. The good news is we can change this problem by being honest, open, and compassionate. We need to create a safe place where people feel comfortable sharing their struggles without the fear of judgment. Mental health is not a weakness. It's a part of being human. By prioritizing it, we are not also improving individuals but also build stronger and more compassionate communities. Let's break the silence. Let's make a mental health a priority for ourselves and for each other. Thank you.
Wala si Lene, seryoso.
Good morning, everyone. Allow me to present to you my thoughts on life. So, what is life? Life is a miracle, a gift given by God. It is a process which ends someday. Life is all about living yourself. It is unique for every individual in its way. No two people born in this world are the same. Every person carries their personality and character. Life is like a sea of opportunity to create another things around you. You almost learn to make this life meaningful by doing whatever is positive. You must carry positive thoughts and attitude. None of us knows first life. It is an opportunity which we get by God's grace. Life is interesting to us. It gives us the hope to keep moving. It is a journey which is full of up and down. It leads us to the path which are full of happiness, challenges, lesson, hardship, and a special moment.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I will talk about something affects all of us at some point in our life, a mental block. We will experience our when we stop, where our thoughts seem tangled, our creativity is blocked. This mental block can happen when we face pressure, encounter self-doubt, or even seem likely overwhelmed by the demands of life. But I want to remind you that mental block is not a permanent condition. It's not a sign of resistance. It's not a sign of failure or inadequacy. It's just a temporary cause. A space between where you are and where you want to be. But perhaps the most important tool in overcoming a mental block is self-compassion. We tend to be our own harshest critics, believing that the block is a personal failure. And yet, we need to understand that mental block are simple part of the process. They don't divide us and they don't diminish our potential. So, give yourself grace to breathe, allow yourself to rest when you need. And when you will ready, come back to the task with clearer mind. Remember, mental block is not the end of your journey. It's just a pause. A moment of reflection before you push forward. Keep going. Be patient yourself and trust that the breakthrough is around the corner. 22.
Today we will discuss about how advantage disadvantage AI to us. Artificial intelligence, also known as AI, is a road to computer science to creating capable tasks that typically require additional This task can include learning, reasoning, problem solving, perception, natural language, and it's not a single technology, but rather a collection of techniques and approaches aimed at That's an advantage. Artificial intelligence offers a wide array of advantages across various sectors. But disadvantages from AI is ability to automate tasks, analyze personal data, leading to efficiency and learn from experience. Decision making and new pathways.